Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Okay. I'm hoping, I don't have my iPad up yet, but I'm sure hoping that we are horizontal. Are we horizontal? Please tell me we're horizontal. I tried a little something different this time. Let's see. Ugh! We are not horizontal. Good gravy. Oh. Hey, Rebecca. How are you today? I hope that what... Oh. There we go. I think we're good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think we're finally there. Are we sideways now? Are we the right direction now? Whoops. Let me know if we are sideways. I know. Oh, it's the same as the beginning. Good Lord. All right. Honest to Pete. How about now? Now is it sideways? Facing left. Now. That seems backwards. Oops, I lost you. Technology. Stinking technology. No. There's a little bit of a lag between when I talk and when... Now tell me. Is it still the same right now? Hey, Solomon, shh. I'm so sorry, you guys. But is it, I'm trying to not do anything right now. I'm trying to just leave it and see what happens. But am I sideways? Honest to Pete. I don't know how to do this. I'm trying so hard to get better with technology. I swear I am. So, I'm just going to flip my camera again. And then we'll try again on Saturday to see if I... Okay, better. Now, let's see. Yeah? Now we should be regular, right? Yes? So somebody is working on their... Thanks. Okay, so somebody is working on their house. There's a crane outside, and there's a guy on the roof, and Solomon is not having it. I'm just going to tell you right now. Okay, so a couple of things I want to talk to you about. Don't forget that Saturday is the day that I will be on Second Saturday. Solomon, shh. We'll be on Second Saturday, Peoria Second Saturday. So if you get a chance, please watch that. I don't know what happens with my video after that, if I'm able to share it, If it stays up on their website or on their Facebook page, I'm not exactly sure. But I wanted to make sure everybody knows that. Hey, Darlene, thanks for following me on YouTube. I appreciate that. Let's see. What was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about? So, I hope that everybody got the notice yesterday about the Ornamentally Yours. There are, I believe, between 7 and 9 artists that are going to be participating in this cool free thank you class that Lindsay thought up. And each artist is going to be creating an ornament. And I think it is November 5th through the 8th, so be sure and put that on your calendars. It's not my baby, I am just a participant, and so I don't know, like, you know, she's the one. 4:30 to 8:30 is the time, Keely. Hey, hey, Maria. I was just thinking about you. So, let's see. Second Saturday, Ornamentally Yours. Remember on Saturday that I will be, debuting a brand new printable, and this one is a celebration of Arizona, so just know that, and I promise you you're gonna want it. And it is there's a promo code that's gonna go out on Saturday. So it's gonna be Peoria, Peoria 12, Peoria 12, since it's going to air on September 12th. So be sure to make a note of that, because then you'll be able to get a little discount. So I wanted to talk today about, so I was hoping that my new distress inks would arrive, but they didn't. But fear not, I have many distress inks. So what I thought I would do, I only grabbed, okay, so what I thought I would do is, I said that we were going to be working with the Eileen art printable. So if you roll your art printable back and forth, like when it comes out of the printer, sometimes it's curved. If you roll it back and forth between your hands, you should be able to break those fibers enough that it lays flat. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. So I wanted to show you the difference between distress ink and distress oxide, and using them both as paint. So, but I only grabbed my distress ink of the speckled egg. I didn't grab the oxide, even though I have it. So at some point I'm gonna run downstairs. It's not very far. So let's start with distress ink. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna squish it down. Can you see what is that in the frame? We're gonna squish it down onto the onto our craft mat, and then we're gonna put a little bit of water on there. Hey, Jennifer, it did! Yay! I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I promise I'm a slow letter writer, card sender, but they are coming. I promise. Okay, so you see I just added some water, right? And now this is paint, right? So so the more water you add, just like watercolors, the more diluted and a watery wash you're going to get. So I'm going to add more water because I really want, you know how I like to layer. So I'm going to take the paint that's on my brush and I'm going to add it to this puddle of water that I have. Let's see if I can move it over a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this watery wash and I'm going to, so this one I'm going to do with ink, this one I'll do with oxides. So I'm just going to really do a nice watery wash of the entire flower. I'm doing the whole thing, polka dots and all, just not the stems. The stems I thought we could do in speckled egg. This is ripe persimmon, is what the colors, if you are wanting to know what colors. Okay, so while we let this dry, hey girls, while we let this dry, let's try Distress Oxide. So it too can, oops, that's not Distress Oxide. That's more of the exact same one. Okay, we're gonna rewind. Now we're gonna try Distress Oxides, ripe persimmon. So same color, just a different formulation. So I'm going to add water to it. There, do you already see the difference in color? So I'm going to rinse my brush. And this too, I'm going to make kind of a really watery wash. And here's the cool thing, you can totally mix these. You can totally mix Distress Inks and Distress Oxides. They work really well together. So I'm going to take some of that Distress Oxide, ripe persimmon, and add it to this really, really kind of big thing of water. I'm going to flip my art printable so I have this here, and now we're going to come in. Again, I'm just going to paint the entire flower, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. And then we're going to use the speckled egg, like I said, to do the, hi Donna, hey Kim, hi Vicky. Okay, so now we're going to let this dry, right? Oh, did you see the hair on there? And now I'm going to flip it around again. There, you can already see the difference in shades of the, between the Distress Ink and the Distress Oxide. So but they do, like I said, they do play really well together. So now I'm going to take some of this, the deeper application of, and I did print this on Northwoods watercolor paper, so it can handle lots of water. Remember, if you are using it on regular cardstock, you're just going to make those adjustments, right? Anything can be done, it just has to, you just have to adjust. And that's not a big deal. You're an artist, you can do it. Okay, so now I just rinsed my brush and I'm coming in, and then I tapped it off, but I'm going to come in and soften that edge quickly. I'm going to soften this edge with just kind of a damp brush, right? I'm kind of digging how it's puddling right there, so I'm going to leave that. Then I'm going to do the same here. Well, he fell asleep, you guys, so he's not bothered by the guy on the roof anymore. He must be feeling fine. Silly doggy. Okay, so I'm going to pat this on. While that's drying, I'm going to come back here, deepen this, and I'm going to almost come like halfway across, you know? And you can tell when it's pretty saturated. So then you just little by little, remember there's ways that you can pull some of that color up. There's ways that you can add more color. It's easier to add color than to take color away. Just remember that for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna let that, rinse my brush, tap, tap, tap on this one. That jiggy jaggy. Then this one, same. Rinse, tap off. It's so pretty. I'm really digging that red persimmon. And you know, it's not one of my big faves, but I told myself I was going to branch out and try colors that I don't you love it, Kim? Okay. Now, I'm going to take some more of this more concentrated Distress Oxide. I'm going to come in and do the same kind of thing. I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up till like about halfway, right? This one, we'll do it this way. Oh, I keep getting little fuzzies. If you do, just pick them up with your brush and then wipe them off on your paint cloth. Right? So we're just going to deepen that color. And I'm kind of trying to pull that color out into the scribbly outline. I just think that's kind of pretty when it's the color with the black. I love that. And the black just kind of peeks through. I think it's a nice contrast. All right, so now I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna come back to the other side. And then let's tap this out. We just want this to be a smooth gradation of color. And sometimes it takes a little work. You just have to be patient because it's worth it in the end. It's worth it when you see that beautiful, smooth, or you don't see, the transition from light to dark. I just love that. I love that moment. Oh, Jennifer, so how many days was that? How many days did that take you to? It is, Naomi, it is printed on watercolor paper. I ran this through my laser printer at home, and it is called Northwoods. Are you in America, Naomi? It is called Northwoods watercolor paper. And I believe, I mean, this is just my own educated guess. I'm feeling like it's like between like an 80 or a 90 pound watercolor paper. So if you are not in the States, I would just look for something that's comparable, you know, that's like between 80 and 90 pound. And it does run through my laser printer. And I have taken it to Kinko's and printed it on watercolor paper. Okay, now I'm going to try with the Distress Inks. 21 days. Isn't that something? Isn't that interesting? Okay, now I'm going to take Speckled Egg, and this is just the regular Distress, right in the ink. There we go. I'm going to take the Distress Speckled Egg, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to add some water to make some paint. Oh, Carmen, I'm so wishing we were painting together. This is where Carmen and I just hit our sweet spot. Don't we, Carmen? Just making watercolor out of whatever tickles our fancy. All right, now I'm just going to paint on that watery layer of color. Look how pretty that blue and that orange look together. But it's still green enough that I feel like it's still kind of emulates a stem, you know? It's this poor raggedy brush. Look at it. It's look, I've used it so much that it's just raggedy. But I kind of love it. You know what? It's the size. I like the size. And it's not like I don't have 5,000 other brushes. Solomon, no. Solomon, no. Lay down, big boy. Just lay down. Okay. So we have the start of that on this side. So let's flip it around and soften this, the oxide. Look how pretty that's looking. And the cool thing about the oxides is that we can flick water on it, and then that's like, it takes it to another level of cute. So I'm just coming in with some of this color that I'm just painting it right that I squished onto the craft mat, like a really nice deep bright persimmon. Just take advantage of that little moment of in time that it's still a little bit damp, so I can apply a little more color. Look how pretty that is. Digging that. Let's see. Oh, really? 2 weeks from the States to Australia. Yeah. Well, our postal service is a little bit, it's just kind of crazy, you know? It's, some things are normal. It's just a luck of the draw, I'm telling you. How long things take, and, you know. I know they're trying their hardest. That's for sure. Okay, I'm going to soften this. Oh, that's a nice small, that one's softened nice. I'm feeling like I want the peach to come, like the right persimmon, excuse me, to come a little bit further this way, you know, to really kind of emulate the roundness of the inside of this funky flower that I drew. I really want to work on that. Remember we talked about, like, follow that natural curve that's in things. So I'm going to tap out that edge. Oh, it's okay. Solomon's already been barking. The neighbor has somebody up on their roof. Jeff's returning his lunchtime plate. Hey, can you run downstairs and grab me speckled egg? Look at me. Babe. Babe. Jeff. Speckled egg distress oxide. It's in the shelf. He had to try and kill a fly. I don't know that he was successful. But he likes to think so. No, they're in color order. Okay, I'm just going to soften this. I like that because it kind of gives the real painterly look. I'm going to flip it so I can do the inside of this flower. Yep. That's kind of what I was looking for. So is anybody painting along with me today, or are you watching and listening to me talk at my kitchen table to myself? Okay. Thank you. Okay, there it is. Speckled egg distress oxide. So we're going to do the same. Thank you, babe. We're going to do the same technique on these stems. So I'm going to flip. I'm going to add a little water. Yeah, of course you are, Keels. Of course you are. Okay. So this is my, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see the distress oxide speckled egg? There. Does that help? So now I'm going to come in. See, these are, it's much lighter. So we're going to kind of have to work a little harder to, right? There we go. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? How they're the same color, but because of those oxide properties, I think it just, it kind of, it's almost like it's lightening the, like a lighter value of the same color. So I'm gonna play with, I think I want to, so, okay, do you see the difference between the distress oxide and the distress ink, right? Uh-oh, did I freeze? Uh-oh. Did it freeze, you guys? Huh. I don't know why that happened. Oh, there, I'm moving again. Okay, so I'm feeling like I want to deepen even more the distress oxide, right, persimmon. So down here I have some like the pure color, I could just add some more. So I'm just going to wet my brush and then tap it off and then just pull up some of this color, which is much deeper because it's much more right. And I'm just going to go along this edge and then this edge. And here. And here. Kind of digging that. If you are painting along with me, I would love to know what colors you're using. The same colors? Are you using some different ones? Are you using oxides and distress inks? Are you just using one or the other? So I'm doing that same technique where I just wet my brush and then tap it off on my paint cloth and do that tap, tap, tap so I can just soften that edge. And then we get that nice gradation of color. There we go. We're just going to pull that color right along that curve. You see that right here? Just going to pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of back and forth, and then you'll have that moment of where it kind of breaks, and then you just have to work it into the edge of whatever it is, whatever your object that you're painting. So next week we could do the same techniques with Catherine Pooler. We could paint with Catherine Pooler's inks. Those are super fun, and they're different. So it would be a different. They're much juicier, but they're still water soluble. So we could still watercolor with them, and that's a really fun medium to play with. So let's do that like next Tuesday. Catherine Pooler inks. I think the distress inks, the regular distress, pretty similar to I'm trying to think who else. Like Alta New inks and Hero Arts. Not they have those new ones that are kind of like a sort of reacts like a oxide, and so but I don't have any of those. I know, shock. Ooh, taking that because now I really want to paint these with that pure color, you know. But now I'm going to come in with a little bit more of the speckled egg and start to deepen that. So Gina K, I believe that the only Gina K that I have a couple of Gina Ks. I have her amalgam ink, which is what I use for stamping, because you can stamp and color anything. And why wouldn't I use a beautiful multi-use product like that? And I do have a couple of really light colors of Gina K that I got for no line coloring. So I'll get a little bit more color there to deepen. And I'm going to take a drink of water, sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to take that straight color and I'm going to come right up here. This is where it's going to be nice and dark, right under the flower. Right, so we're just going to, little by little. And where the leaf meets the stem, we want to kind of deepen that too. Oh, back to, so yes, Gina K are, the properties are more like a distress because it's a water soluble dye based ink, right? Catherine Pooler, hers are, they're dye based, but they're super squishy. I don't know, I mean, I'm not a chemist or anything, so I don't know what makes them that way or why they react the way they do, but they're amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna fiddle a little bit with the, can you guys still see that? Let's see. Hi, Nance. Oh, and if you want to participate in Ornamentally You, just go to, there's a, in the post that I posted yesterday about Ornamentally You, there's a link to the website, to the Facebook page, the Ornamentally You Facebook page. So go there and then go through the process and then let me know when you've gone through the asking to join process. It's going to tell you you need a password. Just ask me and I will direct message it to you. We had to do that because we had some creepy men try to join, and you know that happens all the time. I have it happen all the time on my Facebook group too. They just try to, and I don't even know that they're really people. I think they're those bot things. I don't know. All I know is we don't want them as part of our group. So to make that not happen, we are asking you to enter a password. And so all you have to do is just send me a message and then I will direct message you the password. Okay, let's see. Oh, what are her premium dye inks? Oh. Well, you know I can't deny myself any cuteness, Keels. Probably have to go shopping or something and get a couple colors. Okay, so now I'm going to take some more ripe persimmon. I know, Jennifer, because I saw you, so I put you in. If I happen to be on that board, on that Facebook page, I can see when you want to join, and so I can just put you in. And I should have sent you a message. Sorry about that. But you figured it out. Okay, I'm coming in with more, hi Maria. I'm coming in with some more of the, kind of the straight, full strength, ripe persimmon distress oxide right down here at the base. For like just a little bit deeper. And I'm going to do the inside too of the flower. Pretty. Oh, that's kind of a lot of water. There we go. Just pull up a little teeny bit. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little minute. So Maria, you must be new here, I presume. If you are, I would really appreciate it if you followed me and liked me on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, now I'm gonna, do my tap, tap, tap. Oh, look how pretty that is. These flowers are so crazy, aren't they? They kind of look like moonflowers. Very mid-century, I thought. Just pull out that color. Pull it out. Do I have a favorite brand of paper? You know what, Kim, I don't really. I just like, I kind of just figure out what feels nice in my hand. But I will say, so these are the brushes I like. I like my favorite brush is, whoops, it's upside down, Connoisseur. Or Conquistador, right, Carmen? For some reason I say, Carmen, you know those brushes I like, Conquistador? She's like, and that's not it. So I have quite a few of them, but I also really like, you know what, I just like a nice round brush that has a good snap. Remember we were talking about snap? Okay, so here's two number 6 brushes, right? Number 1, you can already see the difference. Do you see how on the Conquistador, on the Connoisseur, the bristles are kind of tighter. On the Low Cornell, they're looser. See, just and they're longer, right? But they're about the same size. But look at this snap. This is fluffier than this. The Connoisseur, I like a brush with a tighter snap. That's kind of a personal preference. But if I were going to do the background of this page, I would probably pick something that had that was a little fluffier, because I'm going to be able to hit way more real estate with a stroke of water or a stroke of color. Do you know what I'm saying? But for my workhorses are my Connoisseurs. But you know what? Can I just tell you? I also have this really fancy plaid brush that was probably $2. Not. And this brush is from, this is another Low Cornell, but this is like from their like student. You know what? I like brushes with synthetic bristles, and like I said, it's very rare that I spend more than $5 on a paintbrush. So these are really nice. The Zen by Royal Langnickel, but they're a little bit spendy. I also have the black silver, what is it? If Tessa were here, she would know the name. I just like round brushes. I prefer round brushes to flat, but I do have some flats. But I do, I just like a kind of a variety pack of round. So even if you go to Michael's and just buy one of those packs, you're gonna kind of get the feel for what works for you, what feels best for you. I wouldn't go out and buy a, yes, Kim. Yes, I like, because my painting, I'm not doing big broad strokes usually. I'm coloring things in. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't ever want anybody to feel like they have to spend $5,000 on a brush. I don't know that I've ever spent more than $10 on a brush. And that was, you know, a big special treat for myself. I'm not a... That's not where I would spend my money. I would spend my money on paint before I would spend my money on really expensive brushes. And that's so interesting because I was in the... I was in this art store in Tempe not very long ago, and I met this guy, and we were both looking at brushes at the same time, and he said, oh, you must just be a beginner because of the kinds of brushes I was looking at. And I said, no, I've been doing it for years. And he goes, well, my art teacher said that you should, you know, spend your money on this. And I said, well, that is not what I have found to be true. I was trying really hard to, you know, be true to myself, but not, you know, I mean, if that's what his art teacher told him, then, you know, then that's what he should do. But I don't ever want people to feel like they have to have top of the line stuff to get decent results. I told you the way to figure it out is to figure it out, right? You can make anything work by just working it and getting to know whatever your, if it's Crayola paints, use those Crayola paints over and over and over again, and you will learn their capabilities, right? How far you can push them, what you can, I mean, you're just going to have to work with things just a little bit differently. That's all right. What does it matter? You're not in a contest. You're not in a speed contest. You're just painting, right? So now I'm going to come back in and do that tap, tap, tap to try and soften this deeper shade. Okay, Nancy, you're my background picker. What would you paint as a background on these? What are your thoughts? I did, so, I did announce that I have my first official guest designer, Charmaine, who's just about the cutest girl in the whole wide world. And I'm just telling you, she's been designing for me unofficially since I started printing off, since I started drawing art printables. She's amazing. Her talent knows no bounds. Silver Black Velvet. Thank you, Carmen. Those are probably the most expensive brushes. I mean, the ones that I certainly had expensive ones in college, in art school, but my workhorses that I use all the time are synthetic round brushes, under $5 a piece. I mean, you could go over $5 if you wanted. Just, I don't want to spend $20 on one brush or something. You don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. And you know, some of these, like this, number 2, Art Basics, I got in a class. And you know what? I love it. I usually don't love long-handled brushes, but I really like this. I like the way that the bristles form. And it's going to get all hairy and gross like this Dina Wakley one that I have because I use it so much. Do you see? Look at it's a bad scene, but I keep using it because I just love it. Charmaine is amazeballs. I just love her. And so you will, she will be my guest designer for the entire month of September. So be sure and watch for her amazingness on my social media feeds. And, what was the thing I was going to tell you? Oh, she did a cool thing where she used a stencil to create a background. So I thought I might fiddle with that a little bit because why wouldn't I? Right? Because, you know, I gotta try all the things. So I'm gonna come in with a little bit more of that deepest shade of speckled egg. In all the spots that I think should be darker. And let that sit for a little minute. It might come down like one side. That might be kind of cool. Maybe it'll be create a little bit of, you know, it'll create a little bit of depth. Just do it on one side. All right, I need to stop myself. All right, let's see. I know, conquistadors. And you just looked at me so sweetly, like, hey lady, you're nuts. So I'm gonna come in a little bit, a little bit more. So I'm also going to, once this dries, I'm going to enhance with my colored pencils because why wouldn't I? I feel like they're the perfect friend for any water-based media. But you know what? For alcohol-based too. You can totally use your colored pencils on top of your Copic colored things. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so what was I just going to do? Take a drink of water and think about it, think about it. I remember. So remember I talked about, like, I want to do these dots with kind of the purest. 9 minutes. Yikes. Good thinking, Nance. Black horizontal. Oh, did you see? I think Tessa, was it Tessa or Lauren? I think Lauren did a bunch of. Oh, look at that! I love that. I'm just loving it. Tessa and I think Lauren is the one who did it first. Created some backgrounds with just like painted lines. Oh my gosh. It just added something. I just loved it. So, somebody about my art printables, and I was trying to describe like my art and my cards and my team's cards. And I said, you know what sets us apart is that we create artsy cards. Something artsy. Something I feel like we, and all of you are included in this now because you're painting it, right? And then you're adding your own touches to totally step it up a notch, you know? I'm really liking this tone on tone on tone. I hope you guys are liking it like me. I just kind of get lost in my paint. Girls, you need to... I wish there was a buzzer on here that you could go, Anne! Wake up. So I'm thinking yellow might be... What about like a mustard yellow, Nancy? Since these are kind of going in that direction, what do you think? So I'm going to clean my brush, and now I'm going to come in with the oxide, but I'm going to try to get some pretty pure, full-strength oxide. Persimmon. And paint these. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done... Hi, Lisa. How are you? I'm glad you're joining us. We are painting my Eileen art printable with distress inks and distress oxides. Oh, well, I'm waiting patiently for my box to arrive from Paper Craft Clubhouse that contains my crackling campfire and some other colors that I'm missing in my distress inks. I guess I thought I could live without, but now I'm feeling like, but if they're like paint, come on. Who doesn't want that in the artsy arsenal? Fools. They're the only ones. So, Lisa, are you new here? I would love to have you follow me and like me on Facebook and Instagram, and then DM me your email. Be part of our arts gang. We have the best time. We do. Oh my gosh, I'm loving that. Though I think the mustard yellow. Nance, I'm really feeling the mustard yellow for the background. I will try it. So I'm thinking, what's the closest to mustardy yellow in the distress family? That fossilized amber, maybe? I'm just gonna soften these a little bit, but not all the way. I'm kind of digging the way they kind of settle, you know? Yeah, I know. I don't know what, like, you know, the thing about distress, I never liked the light colors. I know that will come as a complete surprise to all of you, that I really only like the bright colors. Did you? Oh, Kim, I bet it's beautiful. I bet it's beautiful. So, ooh, mustard seed. You know what? I do have that. And that would be pretty. Let's pull that color down. The stem. It is the brand new one, yeah. Speckled Egg was the first one that he released in this new release. And then Crackling Campfire or something like that. I can hardly wait. Because, you know, I never used to be really, big into orange. I'm getting the hiccups. Big into oranges. But now, I'm kind of all about the orange. Isn't that crazy how we do? It's so pretty, Lisa. If you're kind of, I know, I really love fossilized amber too. I think I kind of, you know what, because I'm kind of in, you know what the colors that I was missing is I have one purple. And there was something that I wanted to paint that I was like, oh, I don't have anything purple to paint with. So that was one of that's a goal to kind of build up my purples. Just want to deepen this a little bit. I'm feeling like I want to deepen this a little bit. Lisa, where do you live? I like to support local stores, and so I Kansas. Okay, there's a really amazing store, and she probably has every color. And the name of the store is Scrapbook and Memories, and it's in Harrisonville. And her name is Courtney, the owner, and her husband Ken, and I'm telling you, she is all the artsy goodness at her store. And I've never been there, but I've shopped online there quite a bit. Okay, I'm right at 1 hour. All right, girls. With that, I'm going to say adios, and I will see you Saturday. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to share who we are doing for our artist study on Saturday. Bring your art journal and your artsy arsenal, and we will have ourselves a time, as always. All right. I adore you all. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang with me for an hour or so. And I'll see you Saturday. Talk to you soon. Bye.